Welcome to Become a Financial Advisor podcast with Mike Salvatore from Northeast Financial Network. Our podcast helps people who are looking for new challenges in a new career. If you are ready to explore an exciting career in financial services, this is the place to start.
Hello and welcome to Become a Financial Advisor with Mike Salvatore from Northeast Financial Network. Today is his inaugural podcast, or their inaugural podcast. This is a huge group you're going to learn about. And Mike, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Eric.
Fantastic. Now, today, you know this, and we've already discussed this a bit, but today's your inaugural podcast, and we're going to be going over some of the business questions, a little bit about Northeast Financial Network, how you got involved, what that looks like, and then we're going to transition into some personal questions so the audience gets a chance to know the man behind the voice behind Northeast Financial Network and get to know you personally. Is that okay with you?
That sounds great.
All right. Well, I'm going to start off with a pretty obvious question. What is Northeast Financial Network?
The Northeast Financial Network is a 55-year-old firm providing a network of financial representatives that offer unique financial solutions to business owners, professionals, and families across the U.S. We're actually one of the oldest and largest independently owned financial services firms operating in the Northeast, as well as one of Guardian Life's most respected general agencies, with over 20,000 clients and about $2 billion in account values under management.
That's a big number.
It is.
That's impressive. I like that. I mean, that's pretty good stuff. So that's a long history too. I think you said 55 years, right?
That's correct.
So are all the original people still there? I'm assuming no.
Yeah, we are a unique firm in that we do have some advisors that have been here for 46 years,
Nice.
38 years.
Wow.
And it's actually started as a family-owned business. So Stephen Farrar is our current CEO, and he's been with the firm 46 years.
Man, that's amazing. That's an incredible track record. That's a lot of experience that you guys bring to the table. Wow. And so do you work I think you said you work all across the U.S., you're nationwide?
We do. Our offices are primarily in the Northeast, but due to technology and markets, we do business in 42 different states.
Wow. Okay. Great. Fantastic. All right, Mike, I guess this is a really general question, what is the purpose of Northeast Financial Network? Why do you guys exist? What do you exist to do?
I believe we exist to create a balanced and successful financial advisor. Since the beginning of our firm, we have attracted, trained, and developed some of the best advisors in the industry. And I think what's unique is that our culture really puts an emphasis on the advisor living a fulfilled and balanced life, because our philosophy has always been if we educate our advisors and they live a balanced life, they can better serve their clients. So as a management team, we continue to coach our advisors on the importance of that balance in their life, both professionally and personally, in hopes that they take that to their clients.
Okay, as a business coach and consultant that's worked with advisors for years, that resonates with me unbelievably because work-life home balance is so vitally important. I've worked with advisors that are putting in 70, 80 hours a week trying to just, make it and get there and do the things that they need to be doing to help their family, but yet a family they never see. And it's just not worth it. And
Right.
So trying to find that balance. So I love the fact that your firm takes that as one of its primary objectives and really instills that in the advisors that you work with. Man, that's fantastic. Why did you specifically decide to work in financial services? What brought you to Northeast Financial Network?
Well, ironically, I never thought of this as a career path for me. And I believe most people don't. It's one of the best kept secrets out there as a career. And I think two things really drove me to the Northeast and as well as this industry. One is I've always liked numbers and the stock market. I initially went to college to be a teacher and a coach. So the combination of the two proved to be a good fit for what we do, right? We educate our clients and we coach them on their finances while having the ability to utilize that analytical side for the planning and the strategic management that I do today.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing I think is really important, what drove me here, is mentorship. I think what's unique to our firm is that we really do have some real senior experienced people that will take you under your wing. And for me, that was the founder of our firm, Al Farrar, our current CEO, Stephen Farrar. Without them showing me what was possible and really guiding me, that was really the attraction for me coming to this firm and into the business, was knowing that I had somebody that was really in my corner and was going to teach me how to do this the right way.
Yeah. So what is your role in the firm then?
So it's evolved over the last 17 years. I started in the firm as a financial representative, building my own book of business, and an investment specialist because of my background. And over the years, I've held positions as a sales manager, a managing director, an associate general agent, and most recently, March of this year, 2019, I became one of the managing partners and general agents with Guardian Life.
Congratulations. That's great.
Thank you.
So in this new role, what do you see your primary purpose being?
Where I believe I bring value to the firm, and my focus is really on growing the firm in terms of quality advisors and future leadership, and just developing those advisors to have a much larger client base and serve our local communities. So basically, on a day-to-day basis, I lead a team that's responsible for attracting new talent to the firm, training and coaching our new advisors and associates, as well as increasing the number of clients we serve through firm-wide marketing and branding initiatives.
All right, that sounds pretty robust. So what do you do for this new talent that you find?
So for the new associates coming to our firm, we built a very specific training program that we refer to as our roadmap to success. So our firm is one of the few in the industry that can say consistently invests not only time and money in the new advisor to develop them, but all of our associates go through a couple phases of training. The first is our phase 1 training, which lasts typically 3 months, which is really completing any licensing that's required to be a financial advisor, learning what we refer to as the art of the business, which is how to build yourself into a market and how to brand yourself, how to communicate effectively, what we do. And most important is our firm philosophy, which is what makes us unique and different in the marketplace.
All right, Mike, you brought it up. What is that philosophy?
Well, we believe that our product that we offer is really our planning and that philosophy around how we plan. And we believe in protection first and the integration and the coordination of not only your asset management, but your risk management. So very different than the common planning firms that focus just in a micro space on either investments or insurance. Our philosophy is to look at it holistically and plan around the integration and coordination to maximize tax efficiencies and distribution and retirement through utilizing multiple products and different types of asset and risk management.
Now, knowing that philosophy and knowing the things you provide for the new talent and the new hires that you bring on, who is your ideal candidate to come on board with you guys?
So we look for talented career changers or experienced advisors from other firms that can benefit from some of our resources. So we have had people from various backgrounds who have achieved high levels of success with us. But we noticed that our ideal candidate characteristics are very important. And they're typically an entrepreneurial type who's driven, open-minded, and coachable, has a natural market or the ability to build that natural network, likes to help people is really important, and is resilient and has had a track record of success in some line of business.
All right. And I know you can't do this alone, right? I mean, you're an amazing guy, Mike, but there's got to be some staff behind you that does this and helps these folks. So who's on your team and what do they do?
So we have a great team. We developed what we refer to as our career development team, and it's just this team's focus is recruiting and developing top advisors in the industry. And that team consists of a number of people. Number one is James DiMatteo. He's our managing director. He's a certified financial planner. He trains on advanced markets, our living balance sheet, which is our proprietary software system that we use as a deliverable to our clients, as well as practice management and some advanced business market cases. We have another gentleman who's a managing associate named Christian Dapolito. His focus is on the new associate really learning how to market and communicate effectively what we do. And he really focuses on that business plan and business development. We have Patty Comforti, who is, I refer to her as our secret weapon. She's our mindset coach, which is very unique to a firm like ours. To my knowledge, we're one of the few that have somebody in-house that does group monthly meetings and one-on-one coaching, specifically on business mindset, positive thinking, and just all around the challenges you might have in the business. Nikki Potts is our marketing director, and all the technology marketing initiatives with a heavy emphasis on social media. Nikki is the person that really works with all of our new people.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a full-time training director, Jimmy Minetti, who really trains on our philosophy, products, the business market, and how to integrate everything that we do.
That's fantastic. I'm looking forward to meeting some of those folks too. Hopefully, we can get a couple of them on some future podcasts. Because
will.
That sounds like a great team. I'm really excited. No offense to anybody else, but being a coach, I'm really kind of excited to meet Patty. So I'll be honest. So what do you guys do in the community? I know that you focus on your crew, you focus on the talent coming in, and you do a lot with everybody that you work with. But I also know that you guys do stuff within the community.
That's right. So as a firm, we're committed to quarterly volunteer activities. So we've done everything from local food banks and police fire rescue squads, to storm cleanups, all the way to the Salvation Army. We've been very active in the March of Dimes and United Way and Habitat for Humanity. So we're really out there. And most of our advisors also participate on the individual level to their own charities and volunteer in their local communities as well.
That's fantastic. I love that. I love that about any firm that can help instill that in the employees and do it in a joyful manner, right? It's nothing that is mandatory, and it sounds like you've got a good group there that's really willing to pitch in and help out each other and also the community. And that leads me to my last question, really, for this half of the podcast. What is Northeast Financial Network's mission?
Our mission would be for our advisors to deliver a unique financial philosophy to their clients that truly impacts their lives. We're really looking to make an impact on our local communities. So we believe to help our clients achieve their goals, it takes an uncommon mindset and commitment, and that's what we're really trying to develop in our advisors.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, enough about Northeast Financial Network. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit to the personal side of this podcast so you guys can get to know Mike a bit more. And Mike, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, my man. Here's the thing. When you're not working, let's get away from work. What are you doing to have fun?
Well, I have 3 very active children. So my wife and I spend most of our time with them and their activities. It's dance and soccer, basketball and baseball. I have a huge passion for baseball, so we travel around the country to baseball games. I also coach travel baseball with my son.
Wow.
As a family, we love to travel mostly to the islands as well.
That's busy. Baseball itself is busy. How many games you got a year?
So we play about 42.
Oh, okay. Good. That's not as bad as I've heard. The Omaha area is bananas about baseball and everything. It's just crazy. Some of these travel teams are playing 82, 85 games a year. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so good to hear that you're not having to go that much. That's just a constant. Mike, what's your idea of success? In a nutshell, if I had to ask you that, what's your idea of success?
So I think everybody has a different interpretation of what success is. To me, it's not so much about money or status. It's more the feeling or knowing that you're getting up each day, making a difference. It's having a meaningful, fulfilling career, knowing that you're making a great living and providing for your family while you're doing what's right for others. And that's really what has always kept me going in this career.
Right on. That's great. All right. If you had one thing, the big thing, one thing that you would recommend to family and friends, this could be anything. It could be a type of pizza, it could be a good book, anything at all. What would you recommend to them?
I would say to be sure to live a balanced life and to have gratitude, because life's way too short, and you really should do the things that you like to do and that make you happy. Yeah.
I love the gratitude piece, because that's just it. So many times we can lose focus of that gratitude when some things are going wrong, and all of a sudden it's something's going different than it normally does, and we lose that gratitude for just a moment until we realize, you know what, it's really not that bad and things are really great. So it's nice to have that in there and be reminded of that. All right, this is my favorite question, I'll be honest. Name one thing that most people don't know about you.
So it's probably a number of things, but I think this would surprise most people, that I have a 4th degree black belt.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
I haven't trained since my 20s, but I did earn one.
Got the belt. That's right. That's what matters right there. I'm still not messing with you. And I don't care how long ago it was. I'm still not messing with you. Oh, man.
A long time.
Yeah. Well, I did Muay Thai, and I loved it. But again, that was 2 decades ago. So I'm still not messing with you. All right. So we talked a little bit about, having gratitude, and I kind of brought up sometimes some things get in our way and we can lose focus. But if you lose focus, what is your mantra or motto or something that you say to yourself to get you back on track or regain that focus?
Yeah, it's so easy to be distracted in life in general, but I typically tell myself to not focus on the issues or the problems because it's just going to help you find more of them.
Mm-hmm.
To focus on the positives and the possibilities, and then all of a sudden you're going to start to see more opportunities. And I always believe that if you work really hard to capitalize on those opportunities, that's when you're going to become very successful.
Yeah. Yeah, we can easily dwell on something, and I have a hard time with that. I'll have a problem, and I'm a fixer, so I'll just sit there and kind of drill down on that problem, and then I really don't get anywhere until I take a break and focus on some positive things, and then come back to it maybe. So you're speaking to the choir here for sure on that. Mike, if I had to ask you, what is your proudest achievement? What would you say that is?
I have to say my family. Like I said before, my wife and I spend a lot of time with our children. We both realize that life moves so fast, and we're really focused on creating many great memories along the way, and that's just one of my missions personally in life.
That's awesome. How old are the kids?
So 15, 12, and 9.
Ooh, boy.
So we're pretty active.
Those are some good years. Yeah, that's a lot of activity. None of them are taking naps still. So no naps for that group. Maybe nap for dad. That's all we can hope for on a Saturday sometimes. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, Mike, we're really kind of wrapping up the podcast here. This is a nice, quick intro to who you are and who Northeast Financial Network is. We're hoping this podcast goes nationwide. I mean, you guys work nationwide, so that makes sense. And we're going to push this out. And I know that Nikki is part of your marketing team, and she's going to be doing some heavy-duty work in social media with these podcasts to get these out there. So you've got the attention of a lot of people. I'm going to ask you a couple questions about that. Number one, who should be listening to this podcast?
So anyone who's tired of long commutes or business travel, maybe feels like they hit a ceiling at work, mm-hmm. or they're underappreciated or underemployed, and just looking for a change to a meaningful career, they should listen to our upcoming podcast to see if this is the right career for them.
That's incredibly insightful, because my next question was exactly that. What can people look forward to hearing about on the upcoming podcasts?
Well, we're going to give you a snapshot of what we do in terms of developing advisors, how our training program works. You're going to get to meet the people on our team. We're going to do a little mindset development piece. So it's going to be really exciting.
Nice. So I get to meet Patty, is what you're saying.
You do.
Woohoo! This is what I'm excited about. You can tell her that too.
I will.
All right. And then the last and most important question. If people are listening to this podcast going, yeah, that tired of commute thing, I'm all about it. Now, Mike, personally, I'm from Seattle originally. Now I'm in Nebraska, and I love Nebraska because you hear the news in the morning, and the traffic report is this: you better leave early because we're slowing down to 45 miles an hour. And I'm going, no, I'm from Seattle. You stop for about 30 minutes in one spot, and then you get to move 20 feet for, in 15 minutes. So that's a commute. So people are saying, yeah, I'm tired of commute. I'm tired of long hours. I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And they do want to reach out to you guys and talk to you. How do they get a hold of you?
You can reach out to me directly via phone at 908-709-0020, extension 156, or you can email me at Mike_Salvatore at nepcusa.com.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike, so much for your time today. I appreciate it, and I hope the audience has gotten to know you a little bit, and they're going to get to know you a lot more through these next upcoming podcasts. Thanks for your time, man.
Great. Thank you.
You bet. And thank you all for listening to Become a Financial Advisor podcast with Mike Salvatore from Northeast Financial Network. If you have not subscribed to the podcast yet, which I know you haven't because this is the first one, please click the subscribe now button below. This way, when Mike comes out with a new podcast, it'll show up directly on your listening device. This makes it much easier to share these podcasts with your colleagues, which we're hoping you do because, hey, bring some friends, right? Bring some friends to this and say, we all need to change, because I know I've worked with offices out there where there's a lot of people that are unhappy with the situation they're in, and they could use a move. So share this podcast with your colleagues and make that phone call. Again, thanks so much for listening today. For everyone at Northeast Financial Network, this is Eric Johnson reminding you to live your best day every day. and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Become a Financial Advisor podcast. Click the subscribe button below to be notified when new episodes become available.
Mike Salvatore is a registered representative and principal of Park Avenue Securities, LLC, PAS. Securities products and advisory services offered through PAS, member FINRA SIPC. Financial representative of the Guardian Life Insurance Company of America, Guardian, New York, New York. PAS is an indirect, wholly owned subsidiary of Guardian. Northeast Financial Network is not affiliated or a subsidiary of PAS or Guardian. The Living Balance Sheet LBS and the LBS logo are service marks of the Guardian Life Insurance Company of America, Guardian, New York, New York, copyright 2005 to 2019, Guardian 2019 87032, expiration 10 of 21. The information covered and posted represents the views and opinions of the guests and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of Northeast Financial Network. Guest speakers and their firms are not affiliated with or endorsed by PAS, Guardian, or Northeast Financial Network, and opinions stated are their own. The content has been made available for information and educational purposes only.